Hello and welcome to the session where we're going to review the Scholar Cloud service, which helps students at high schools in South Africa or who are just graduating from high school to choose their further studies in higher education and to choose the academic institutions in South Africa that they want to study at. So you can access this service at scholarcloud.co.za. The page loads up and you can see the options available in terms of the degree programs and the academic institutions in the country. Please note that the service is not based at any particular institution. The information loaded here is as accurate as we can find it and is subject to change according to the institution. The service is there to make it easier for you to connect with an academic institution. It does not replace the registration process of that institution. Also, please note that we do not guarantee that you will be accepted by any institution. In the service, we are making available to the institution the fact that you are interested in registering there and your top choices of studies. You can check back on this page to see if they've sent you any system messages, but they may also contact you directly. So be sure to have your contact details correctly recorded on the system, which we'll look at just now. This website is also responsive, so if you access via a cell phone, the information stacks vertically and it's quite easy to use it that way as well. So we see that I need to log in first, and you can go do that under my account. So I've already logged in here. So to register a new account, when you enter the My Account section, you'll see a register button. So you enter your details and hit register and activate your email and then come back and log in. And then you'll be in the system and you'll be able to record your choices. So the first thing I want to do is select an area of study. So let's say I didn't want to choose engineering. Let's say I wanted to choose healthcare instead. And let's say I wanted to choose nursing, for instance. So here you see you would choose an area of study, and that will then change the available study programs. So these are programs typically situated in a faculty. So going back to engineering, say chemical engineering, and I'm indicating that's my top choice to study at this institution, and let's say we are choosing Wits here. By the way, if you want to change your institution, first you decide what type of institution. Is it a traditional university, a university of technology, or a TVET? So if we choose a UOT, let's say we want to study this at the Durban University of Technology, DUT. And so all this is complete, and we can just click on Add here. And we can see it's added now chemical engineering under DUT under my study choices. I can now choose another degree program, so I can choose a second choice at DUT. So let's say my second choice is mechanical engineering, and I say add here. Then you see it kicks out this error message because it says we've already chosen a program at preference level 1. So our top choice at DUT is chemical engineering. So we want to indicate mechanical engineering is our second choice. So we click there and say add, and now that's our second choice. And if we want to add another choice, let's say civil, then we say add. And then also for a second choice, we can only have one second choice at DUT. So we need to make this a third choice. And so if we add that, then it's gone ahead and added civil. Now we can add other third choices. So we can only have one first choice and one second choice, but we can have many third choices. So if we add another third choice at DUT, then we can see we can do that. And this does not preclude us from applying at any other institution. So let's say we also want to apply to a traditional university. Let's say we want to study at UP, and we can make this our first choice of study at UP, and that will add there, and so on. So we can make our selections here, and it will show up in our selections here. It will show us at that institution whether it's the first or second or third choice with this little number here. And it's shown in the code form, so just to keep this section compact, it's not giving the full title, but you can see that this corresponds to the code. This won't be the same as the code that's in use at that institution. This is the general code under Scholar Cloud, and the translation service will assist the institution to convert this to their academic program code. If you want to remove any choice here, you just click the little X. So that has removed that from our study choice list. And you can add as many institutions as you like. There's currently no restriction on the number of interests that you can register on the service. Now, let's also add our academic records. So, of course, the institution will want to assess your preparedness level, and so we need to add our academic records. So we go to My Records here, and we select a subject. So let's say we want to put in our maths mark, and we want to put in the mark for let's say 2019, and let's say that was our grade 10 mark, and we achieved 90% there. And so here we don't, it says the final mark in percent, so don't enter a percentage sign, just enter the number here. Excuse me. And then we enter the name of the school here. So you would just type your school's name here and indicate in what region in South Africa that school is. And then we click on add, and then that's starting to build up our academic records. So we can insert other results here. And we can add them. So if you want to edit a record, if you found that you've made a mistake on anything, then you just click on that entry and you amend whatever that error was, and you click on update there, and that will update that record for you. Okay, so you add as many academic records as you can here, and you want to make sure that all the information is absolutely correct, because of course the institution is going to cross-validate the records that you upload here. And at the moment, Scholar Cloud is not going to do the validation for you. It's not going to test whether you are entering the correct results. And this will be explained to all the institutions that are using the service. And they will, of course, go and cross-validate the data that you've included here. And that will be part of their registration process. And if any difference is picked up between the authority that records your marks and the marks that you've entered on the system, you will be blacklisted from the service. It will be regarded as fraudulent. So you want to make absolutely sure that all the records here are correct. And if you do not have any records available, then just omit them from the service. Now you will also want to record your contact information. So of course, when you registered, you will have used an email address, but that might not be the same as the email address that you want to use for the institution to contact you. So you would use here, you would specify here a main email address and an alternate email address. Of course, your names, the country of residence. It's possible you are not applying from South Africa, and then your national ID number, your passport number, and then you can also have your phone numbers and the contact. So this contact information will be made available to the academic institutions to contact you with. So this data will not be shared with any third party. It will be made, however, available to the registrar's office at the university. So to whomever is handling the applications process, this data will be made available to them, so please be advised of that. And with that, I hope you'll find this service useful and that you will be able to make some great choices in your field of study going into the future. Thanks for listening.